According to the great Adam Jardy, who covers the Buckeyes for the Columbus Dispatch, this starting five, they were making 6 straight starts before the Zedke shoulder injury. They're plus 39 when they're on the floor. Not a bad production lineup for the Buckeyes. Keisei Tominaga controls the tip to Sam Griesel, and we're underway in Lincoln. Ohio State trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Entering play here tonight, Derek Walker inside against Key, and Denham Dawson. That's what they want out of him, rebounding and defense. Bandamel for 3.
And rebounding has been a problem during the last 4 ball games for the Buckeyes. They're +6 in rebounding margin on the season, good for 3rd in the conference in that category, but over the last 4 games, they've been -4.
And those first 13, that rebounding margin was +9. So they've really struggled the last 4 games on the glass as Walker gets the rebound off the Sensabaugh miss. Griesel inside, has to back this one out. 15 to shoot for Walker. Poked free by Justice Suing. Griesel's 3 won't go, and Sensabaugh the rebound. Another area that Ohio State is really looking to improve on tonight is their ability to share the basketball. They're only averaging under 8 assists per game in this 4-game losing streak. Nearly half of what they had averaged the first 13 games this season.
Yeah, 13 assists per outing overall, but to your point, the last 4 ball games, their assist total for the Buckeyes, 11, 8, 5, and 7.
Here's Key inside, and 2 on the board for the Buckeyes.
Nice job by Key of keeping the ball high and keeping his eye on the target with the smaller player rotating over.
2-0 lead for Ohio State. Nebraska 0 for 4 to start tonight. Denham Dawson will try the 3, and he hits. Just his 3rd this year in 9 attempts. Now a little bit of a tussle near half court with Bandamel and Bruce Thornton.
And look at the shot clock. For Ohio State, they're still outside the 3-point arc, and half the shot clock has expired already.
Sensabaugh trying to clean things up to Zed Key. Good challenge by Griesel.
Really nice job by Griesel of coming over. And
then the turnover by Nebraska. Trying to outlet down the floor to Tominaga. McNeil in the corner. Been able to find the range a little bit of late, averaging almost 3 threes made per game over the last 6. Sensabaugh crossing over, shot clock at 6. Tough shot for Sensabaugh, and Griesel the rebound.
Yeah, just a lot of standing around offensively in that particular situation for the Buckeyes.
Tominaga from long range, rebounded by McNeil. He is not shot.
No. Well, you know, you make 4 or 5 on the road at Purdue, you've got the green light for sure.
Justice Suing, 10 to shoot for the Buckeyes. 3-2 lead for Nebraska. Sensabaugh fills to Suing, and he misses that one. Buckeyes 1 for 6 from the floor to start.
Nice.
Tominaga to the rim.
Nice cut. And that's what a luxury to have, Derek Walker. You can facilitate so many things through him, averaging about 3 assists per ball game. Has just been stellar.
Tominaga as a driver has been effective at times this year.
And it's made even more effective by the fact that if you don't close out under control, he's just a prolific 3-point shooter.
McNeil leaves it short. Good box out by the Huskers. Dawson the rebound. 5-2 lead for Nebraska. Dawson already 3 boards tonight and a foul.
When he got in foul trouble the last time that the Cornhuskers were at home against Illinois, that really was a trouble area for them.
Denham Dawson, who's making his 2nd start tonight with the injury to Jawan Gary, already has tied his Husker high in rebounds with 3 in the first 4 minutes. Huskers winning the rebounding battle early, 7-4. Bandamel will step back for a 3. And the rebound for Sensabaugh of Ohio State is 2nd. Now Sensabaugh running the floor to the other end, misses at the rim. Key's tip won't go. Huskers will try to push. In transition, Tominaga, the 3 in the corner.
Had a little
bound Key.
Kevin had a little hitch there. He didn't catch it cleanly, and it threw off his rhythm.
Buckeyes 0 for their last 5 from the floor, haven't scored in over 3 minutes. They try to work through Key. On the shot clock. McNeil with 2 to shoot. Tomenaga, he got him in the air, and the foul is called. They had things going in the non-conference, 14.5 assists per game.
But we have to force the defense to defend both sides of the floor.
1 for 2 at the line, and a 5-3 advantage for Nebraska. Wilcher on the floor. Huskers are hoping that he can provide a little lift off the bench tonight.
Guys are going to have to assume different roles with Juwan Gary out for the foreseeable future.
Tough shot for Denham. Dawson, that defense collapsing on him on the Griesel drive. There's Tanner Holden. Key in the block. No good on the shot. 1 for 3 for Zed Key.
You can live with that, though. Nice use of the secondary break. Good, strong duck end. Good bounce pass. Just not able to convert.
Suing at the scorer's table, about to come back in on the cut. Wilcher, a lot of contact from Key. He thought he was fouled. No whistle. And the Buckeyes will bring it up the floor. Sensabaugh. Buckeyes 0 for their last 7 from the floor.
A nice use of the jump stop, but he still went off kind of off balance. Got bumped as he went into a shot.
Griesel, open look from 3, and he makes the Buckeyes pay from deep. 5-point advantage for Nebraska. Floating around the Key screen. McNeil. Dangerous from behind the arc. Looking outside the Sensabaugh. Now Thornton, 7 to shoot. Baseline jumper, rims out. Griesel with another rebound, his 3rd.
That was a much better offensive sequence right there. They reversed the ball, extra pass by Sensabaugh, just not able to hit that mid-range jump shot.
Wilhelm Breidenbach out there now for Nebraska. So Jamarcus Lawrence on the floor for the first time. Here's Wilcher inside, rejected by Eugene Brown, and it'll belong to the Buckeyes. Now for Chris Holtmann and these Buckeyes, just looking to break that 4-game losing streak. They've lost to Purdue, they lost at Maryland, they lost at home to Minnesota, and they lost at Rutgers. Although he liked the effort last time out at Rutgers. Isaac Likely inside using the glass, and the Oklahoma State transfer gets Ohio State on the board.
Not the prettiest sequence, but when you're dying of thirst, even a lukewarm taste of water, it feels pretty good.
They're happy with that sip that they had there to get back in the scoring column. In the corner, 3 from Lawrence, no good. He is 5 of 17 from 3.
Yeah, and that's way too early in the shot clock.
Likely with a turnover. Griesel to push, 3-on-2. Griesel, the no look, he should have looked.
Yes.
The head man of the Huskers, trying to get Nebraska back in the win column. If they win tonight, they'll match last season's win total.
And a big reason for that has been their play on this end of the floor, Kevin. A far more locked in, defensive-minded squad than maybe years past.
6 to shoot. Buckeyes have had to work for every shot, and McNeil from the elbow gets 2.
Nice job by McNeil of coming off that high ball screen, and that's a difficult shooter for a right-handed shooter going to his left, but a really good 3-point shooter, but showing a nice mid-range game there.
Wilcher. Huskers down to 10 to shoot. Griesel going to work against McNeil. Nice spin. Oh, good cleanup by Brown, but a foul. But dry air moved in, Sean, as I understand it. So that means the kids got a snow day today. Promised not to ruin a good story about the weather with facts. Griesel cannot connect at the line. It's been a continuing trouble spot for Nebraska this year. 8-7 lead for the Huskers. Isaac Likely. Back around it goes into the hands of McNeil. 13 to shoot. Felix Zakpara comes out to set the screen. Here's McNeil, step back for three. And a rebound by Walker.
Akara has given some good minutes for Ohio State, especially against opponents like Purdue and most recently against Rutgers when Key got in foul trouble.
Wiltshire in the corner, got a decent look. Rebound tipped around by Breidenbach and out of bounds. It'll belong to the Buckeyes.
On the play that he got fouled, wasn't able to elevate, and even on the foul shot, you could tell he wasn't able to get that usual leg lift into his foul shot.
Gale will back things out. Likely. The skip to Sensabaugh for an open three. That is off, and so is Sensabaugh. 0 for 5 tonight.
That was a nice find by Likely. Dribble drive, then the kick.
Really good find by Walker, and Wiltshire hits the three. It all runs through Derek Walker.
And what that's going to set up then, because of his ability to pass, he's going to get some one-on-one opportunities to score in his own right.
Here's Gale. The jump stop, the floater.
Nice job by Gale of coming under control and playing off 2 feet. What I mean by that, a lot of times a guy will dribble themselves into a charge opportunity for the defense by trying to play off 1 foot and elevate that way.
10-9 lead halfway through this first half for Nebraska. Vandeveld back to Walker, and Walker hits it to pinball home.
That's what the good Dr. Naismith had in mind, okay? You give it up, you set the screen, then you roll. Beautiful basketball by the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the half court.
You're saying he's smiling?
That's what my sources tell me, yes.
All right. Sensabaugh, the three. Off the heel, and the 3-time freshman of the week is 0 for 6 tonight. Vandemel in all kinds of traffic. Ball taken away, and Gale will navigate up the floor. Gale going end to end, blocked off by Walker.
Nice job by Walker there.
Sensabaugh. Double comes. Pass deflected to Sewing. Sewing, deep 2. And the air ball.
Real deep.
He's been trying to find that rhythm again. Groin injury impacted the end of the 2020-21 season and all of last year. We need him to be as productive as he was early. This is Wiltshire again. Other side of the floor, can't connect.
But you can live with that shot. Again, you're flipping the floor, dribble drive, then you kick it. Shooter just not able to knock it down, but a nice find by Lawrence.
And a timeout.
The good news, however, for Nebraska, those 5 field goals that you mentioned, all 5 coming via the assist. So the ball movement has been superior to what we've seen so far from the Buckeyes.
Holden. Good shot fake to get open for 2.
Yeah, and he's been the one guy. There he knocks down the jump shot with a good pass fake, but he's also been the one guy at the top. The ball doesn't stick. He's been the guy since he's checked into the ball game that's reversed the ball from side to side. A small thing, but an important thing when you're trying to get out of an offensive run.
1-point game. Here's Walker on the run off the window. His second bucket rather of the night to go with 4 rebounds.
And he's just such a difficult matchup from that elbow, Kevin, because we saw him do it with his right hand. He can also do it with his left. So you can't jump a dominant hand and have it pay dividends for you defensively.
Sewing, looking. That's a block. A tie-up. It'll keep it on this end of the floor.
In a really difficult situation because you're not used to guarding really aggressively at the elbow anyway, but now you can't even overplay a hand to give yourself a chance.
Shot clock at 3 for Roddy Gale. The jumper won't go. Key battling for it. Out of bounds to Nebraska.
Maybe the casual fans not aware. They're like, where's the replay? Not till the last 2 minutes of regulation or overtime.
Walker able to get rid of that ball to Griesel. Here's Tominaga. Dawson. Yeah, that's a travel.
If you catch the ball in an athletic position, you've done your work while the ball is on its way to you.
And a turnover.
That's a numbers situation for Nebraska.
Walker and Vandemel, little bump. Vandemel in the corner from Walker. And the rebound for Key. Buckeyes just 5 of 21 from the floor. Can Key start them in the block? Here's Holden, drives inside. Good challenge by Walker, but a foul. One more for Holden. Dawson almost walked again. Walker's pass deflected and taken away. Turnover number 5 for Nebraska. Sewing. That little bobble plucked by Dawson.
Yeah, just way too careless with the basketball by Sewing there. I mean, there was no way that pass was going to get through.
Tipped into the backcourt by Holden. Both teams looking to settle down here a little bit. Bandamel, open 3. Just cannot connect. He's 0 for 4 tonight.
Now they have numbers. Do the Buckeyes.
Dawson on a dead sprint. Challenged that key shot.
Great job of not giving up on the play. Sprinted the whole 94 feet to make himself a factor defensively.
Tominaga blocked by Key. Gale will push. Doesn't have numbers, but a good find inside, and Holden can't hit. Tominaga, the crossover, and the finish. One more at the line. 17-13 Nebraska. You knew.
Yeah. No one else listens to me. Why would he?
Spoken like a man who doesn't have social media.
That's true.
No one's going to yell at you. They'll yell at me. Tell Sean he jinxed him. Sensabaugh off with Griesel there to grab it. 0 for 7 for Bryce Sensabaugh tonight.
And this is a young man coming in shooting 51% from the floor on the year.
Griesel, count it, and the foul.
The off or left hand.
Cannot complete the three-point play. Sensabaugh with a rebound. He's got 2 fouls, by the way, to Sensabaugh, as does Sean McNeil for Ohio State.
McNeil got his quickly, really quickly.
Both still on the floor. Thornton, there's McNeil, 15 to shoot. Sensabaugh trying to get it going. Fades away, jumper won't go, got his own miss. He'll take it up, it won't go again, and a foul called.
For Sensabaugh to see the ball just go through.
Hot cold for these Buckeyes. December 4-1, January 1-4. Assists down, shooting down, scoring down as a result, rebounding way off. Buckeyes trying to find their rhythm again. Down 4 on the road, they've lost 4 straight. Griesel, 9 to shoot, backing down inside. Good contest by Brown. He got the block and the ball.
Good contest, and you can see again Griesel just not able to elevate as we've seen him do prior to that hip injury.
And now a travel by Holden. Of 5 from behind the arc, and Bryce Sensabaugh 0 for 8 tonight.
Yeah, so the good news coming out of that is the fact that, you know, even though you have struggled to say the least in the half-court offense, you're only down 4 on the road.
Huskers' defense has been strong. Their offense has been thwarted a bit by the Buckeyes. Almost a turnover for Lawrence. Now he'll drive it all the way inside and score it. Well, the freshman making a fine play. Buckeyes have not hit a field goal in over 5 minutes. Can McNeil change that? Blocked off by Dawson. Here's Sensabaugh looking for his first field goal of the night, and he finally rolls one home.
And I thought that might come up a little short because it looked to me as he went into a shooting motion, he was kind of caught between, do I try to put it straight in or use the window?
Launching from deep. Breidenbach 7 of 28 from 3 this year. 4-point lead for Nebraska. 2:25 to play in a fast-moving first half. Thornton around to Sewing, who gives to Sensabaugh. And Sensabaugh, maybe it was those free throws going down because he's hit his last 2 from the floor.
I think exactly that, and then the little dribble handoff and contrast with the travel by Nebraska a few possessions ago. When that dribble handoff was there, Sensabaugh had his hands ready and his knees bent.
And that's a turnover by Nebraska. Bandamel on the sideline, and the Buckeyes with a chance to grab the lead.
Well, after a slow start, nice job by the freshman going to the line, kind of breaking the seal on it. Legs bent, ready to go, stuck with the follow through, and that was far and away the best rotation you've seen the ball coming off that young man's hands of all of his field goal offerings tonight.
And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got to be watching this going, I can't believe they've got a shot to grab the lead here. McNeil gives them the lead for the first time since it was 2-0.
Second time we've seen McNeil, known as a three-point shooter, be able to utilize a shot fake. First time he was able to hit it going to his left, there going to his right.
7-0 Buckeye run. Wilcher trying to end that run, but it rims out to Key. Sensabaugh fouled by Dawson, his first, team's fourth.
There's no harm right now in giving the common foul and making Ohio State take it out of bounds.
Thornton in the corner to Sewing. Worked around to Thornton on the baseline. The jumper, no. And a foul is going to be called on Justice Sewing. His second as he battled Dawson for the board.
Not stagnant necessarily, but not as free-flowing. Let's see if that changes and they try to get the ball to number 13 in white, especially at that high post.
Griesel trying to get clear of Likely. Well to shoot. Wilcher splits defenders, drives all the way to the rim, just a little bit short and tipped out of bounds by Likely. It'll stay with Nebraska. 48 seconds until halftime.
Nice unselfish play by Walker as well on that far side. He called for the ball reversal, signaling that he was going to set the screen. That provided the driving angle.
Walker leaning inside, and an offensive foul is called on Walker, his second. Threat of weather all day in Lincoln really has kept the crowd in check. They were slow arriving and kind of subdued by this first half. McNeil grazes the iron with that three, and Wilcher, some nifty dribbling in the backcourt. Huskers can essentially hold for the final shot of the half here.
And if you're Ohio State, we talked about it before over the last 4 ball games, rebounding has been an issue. You must make sure you don't allow a second chance opportunity for Nebraska here at the end of the half.
Being out-rebounded by 1 at this point in the ball game by the Huskers. Griesel inside, that one way off. Breidenbach with the tip, Likely trying to keep it alive. It'll trickle to the sideline, and Ohio State closes the half on a 7-0 run.
Kind of increased his confidence. He knocked down the only made 3 in that first half for Ohio State, and you saw Griesel on there for the Cornhuskers. I give the kid a lot of credit. You can tell that hip isn't 100%. He hasn't been able to elevate around the rim.
Walker challenged nicely by Zed Key on the inside, and the Buckeyes get a stop on the opening possession of the second half. On the baseline, the drive by Sewing. More aggressive play offensively than we saw from him in the first half.
And a nice job of clearing out that left side of the floor to allow him to get downhill with his stronger left hand. I'm not sure where that was going.
Thornton almost gave it up on the other end, and then the ball taken away. He gets it back. Sensabaugh around the Key screen, gives it back to Key, and Key had it taken away. Denham Dawson there.
Key wasn't ready for the pass. Sensabaugh, nice job of using his peripheral vision, but Zed Key just wasn't ready.
Nice cut. Walker finding Tominaga.
Second time they've been able to do that. Because Tominaga is such a prolific three-point shooter, you can see the defense kind of closing out on him, but once his foot hits that three-point line and the defender's head is turned, he dives.
Thornton got an open look, no. Offensive rebound for Key, and a foul on Tominaga. Second foul on Tominaga. Free throw drops home. Tominaga only played 9 minutes, got the start tonight, played 9 minutes in the first half. Nebraska was +3 with Tominaga on the floor, and he comes out to start the second half with a bucket.
And what will happen now is, because you know that Ohio State's saying the same thing, look, we need to take away that backdoor cut. So if someone is a little bit tardy on that closeout, Tominaga will be able to make you pay. He did that 4 out of 5 times last time out on the road at Purdue.
Vanderbilt cannot find his range. 0 for 5 tonight. That's his first 2 attempt.
Good help there by Walker. Really good help by Walker.
Forced the turnover. Nowhere to go. 24-23. 1-point game for the Buckeyes.
Tominaga just cuts so hard.
Tominaga shot at the top. That 3 won't go. Rebound tapped out nicely by Dawson.
Nice job by Dawson. And again, the inability to clean up the initial defensive offering, haunting Ohio State in that particular possession.
Key with the block. Buckeyes to the other end. Sewing in the corner to McNeil for 3.
Nice pass there by Sewing. Okay, you run hard, you catch it in that mid-range, then you kick it in the corner to your teammate McNeil, who was able to really take his time and knock down a 3.
Largest lead of the night for the Buckeyes at 4. Griesel spins it to Walker. Oh, a beautiful feed and finish.
What a beautiful pass, but I got to tell you, that was a difficult catch by Walker as well.
Big man had to go low to get that one, and it had some English on it. Sensible off the fake, step in for 2, and Walker the rebound. Dawson in the open floor. Griesel against Sensible. Griesel working against the freshman, drew the contact, he'll go to the line. Well, that's a play, as Griesel hits the first free throw, that's a play that you would expect from guys who played together for 3. 2 for 5. Sewing. Jump stop, jumper falls for Justice Sewing, his first 2 tonight. Tominaga leaving it for Walker, the hammer caroms away, and McNeil the rebound. McNeil the trailer for 3, and the Buckeyes cash in on the miss and put 3 on the board.
I love the play, but you've heard me say it before, Kevin. Missed dunk, worth nothing. Made layup, 2.
Tominaga deep 3.
That's 3. That's math.
2-point ball game. 4 minutes gone in this second half. Fort really working against Dawson. Here's Sewing in the lane, short on the shot. Rebound tipped to the side for Sewing. McNeil with 11 tonight. Key inside, left-hand hook. No, Walker the rebound.
He made that more difficult. He could have finished it with his right hand, but he made it more difficult by going back to his left.
Here's Griesel. He'll try the 3 in the corner, and he'll splash that one down. Nebraska up 1. 6-0 run, and the crowd finally with something to cheer about in Lincoln. Here's Sewing. Drive. Bucket won't go, but a foul on Walker, his 3rd. And he will be a part of that tonight, as will Nebraska basketball coach Fred Hoiberg. The paths crossed frequently in the state of Iowa between Hoiberg and Chris Street, and Fred actually wore Chris Street's number the following year at Iowa State after Chris Street passed away. Griesel the rebound for Nebraska. Tie ball game here in Lincoln, 14:45 to go.
The 3-point shooting for both squads has picked up. Each team converting 2 of their 3 offerings so far here in the second 20 minutes.
Griesel inside, count it, and the foul. Griesel perfect in this second half. 8 points, 2 for 2 from the floor, 1 for 1 from 3, and now 3 for 3 at the line.
And if you are Ohio State, you have to take advantage now with Derek Walker, the facilitator, on the bench for Nebraska.
Inside to Key, they go right down low, and he gets 2.
Smart. You know, you go right at Breidenbach. You understand that Walker's over there with 3 fouls and force Breidenbach to defend down there in the block. If you are Ohio State, make sure right now that every opportunity you get to pass the ball inside to Zed Key, you take advantage.
Breidenbach off the shot fake. Bandamel 0 for 5 tonight for Emmanuel Bandamel. Wilcher bumped and an offensive foul.
Yes, right call. Nice job by Holt. He has made a lot of the small but important plays so far here tonight for Ohio State.
Yeah, he's made winning plays.
Yeah. This is a team in Ohio State that shoots about 39% from behind the arc overall, so it'll allow you to play inside out, maybe kick it weak side if they have to give the help on Key.
Tough skip for Thornton. He'll take it into the paint, feeds Holden in the corner for 3. Rattles off, Griesel tips the rebound to Key. Key fouled. And Zed Key's going to the free throw line for a pair. One for 2. Rebound untouched until Lawrence was able to get it. Griesel 13 points leads the Huskers tonight. Tominaga with 10, the other in double figures. Griesel, baseline, working against Holden. Tough shot for Griesel, his first miss of the second half. Fred Hoiberg's livid, he thought there was a foul. Suing, he'll put on the brakes for the Buckeyes. Entry to Key, right back down low they go, and Key gets the roll.
Yeah, and right now you think that Nebraska was trying to get Walker to the 12-minute timeout. But Coach Fred Hoiberg understands, look, I don't have that luxury right now because they have found a mismatch Ohio State has that they're continuing to exploit.
And an offensive foul on Breidenbach, and Hoiberg is close to getting a technical foul. And there it is. DJ Karstensen is teed up Fred Hoiberg. And he misses them both.
It could be a potential 5-point swing, right? Because with the 2 made free throws and a potential made 3, now with the 2 missed free throws and a stop here, well, there's an offense, yep.
Suing extending that arm, and the offensive foul, his 3rd.
When you extend that inside arm, it's going to draw the attention of the official, especially when there's not a whole lot of traffic around you to obstruct the view.
There's Walker back on the floor with those 3 fouls. Double team comes a little late, too late. Tie game again. Suing. Ooh, tough one. Holden had to elevate. Suing inside, working against Dawson. Here's Holden driving on Walker, and a foul.
And that's one. That's certainly the case, and they're probably going to try to buy time to maybe the 8-minute timeout, but you also have to like what he did intangibly for his team. Coming out of that timeout before they took the floor, he walked out there with his teammates, and Breidenbach in particular, and was talking to him and trying to calm him down and provide, some level. This is a guy that's been around and played basketball at a high level, and he's telling him, look, they're going to come at you. Just be ready.
Huskers will need some help back here. Likely batted it out of the hands of Griesel. And now the inbound to Lawrence. Griesel, before the trap could close, gets it to Dawson.
And with Walker on the bench, it allows Coach Chris Holtman to give Zed Key a little bit of a rest as well.
Wilcher, the 3 rattles home. That's a big shot for Wilcher. Just 1 for 7 from the floor tonight before that one. Likely through all kinds of traffic, and the veteran puts 2 on the board. Here's Breidenbach. Griesel. Dawson, hard dribble inside the reverse for Denham Dawson.
That was beautiful, not just the finish, but he froze the help defender. The defender thought he was going to kick it in the corner. He bit. That allowed him to continue dribbling and complete the play.
And then the answer for Sensabaugh, the 10th lead change of the night as he hits from deep. Into double figures after the excruciatingly slow start. Sensabaugh with 10. Under 10 on the shot clock for Nebraska. Breidenbach going past Okpara, and 2 on the board for Breidenbach to tie it up.
Really nice job of understanding that you had the freshman out of his comfort zone defensively. Breidenbach, known as a three-point shooter, he took advantage of that part of the scouting report. Look at the matchup down low now. You have a freshman guarding Zed Key. You have to take advantage of this right now, up to the 8-minute mark, and get the ball inside the key at any opportunity.
Oleg Koyanets is that freshman, but a turnover instead, trying to find a cutting Tanner Holden on the baseline. Oleg Koyanets has not seen a whole lot of action this year for Fred Hoiberg's team, but what's that saying? Desperate times call for desperate measures. You need somebody big, and he fits the bill.
And he drew some duty against Zach Edey as well.
A little bobble by Wilcher. Koyanets, he'll put it on the deck, drives inside, it's 2! Welcome to the game.
Turn and face. Turn and face the pressure. Nice job by the big fella.
Sensabaugh contested at the elbow, makes it look easy. I know he's had a rough start to this game, but man, his game is smooth.
He's continued to play. And the other thing is, you wouldn't know whether he has 20 or he's gone 0 for 20.
No.
His demeanor does not change.
Impressive.
Yes.
Griesel inside. That shot changed by Key. Koyanets trying to keep it alive, but Sensabaugh saves it. Tie game at 47. The trailer is Thornton.
Well, they've got a real mismatch, but they haven't switched yet.
Sensabaugh using the window. Love his game, and everybody around Buckeye Nation is wondering, is he the next Malachi Branham? Is he a guy who shows up and then leaves after a year when you didn't expect it at the beginning of the year? Dawson trying for another one. Denham Dawson. Goodness. A human highlight in this second half. Key and foul on the floor. Griesel. You can see why they saw flashes of that last year in his redshirt year. Wilcher the rebound off the miss.
And this kind of production will pay dividends not just tonight, but going forward. Don't forget, you know, Juwan Gary, we were told he's out indefinitely. So someone is going to have to produce on this end of the floor.
He had a visit with the doctor this morning, and Fred Hoiberger said he's going to talk more about what happened in that doctor's appointment after the game as Lawrence gets the feed and hits the 3, and Nebraska up 3. And now a takeaway. And Bandemel says, let's pull back on this one a bit.
And Zed Key just ran into the ball handler.
Bandemel blocked off. Back it goes to Lawrence. Wants the screen. Koyanets trying to feed the big man, and that's a turnover.
And you have to know who the recipient is. I mean, you're leading the big guy right into trouble, even if he catches that pass, Kevin.
There's Sensabaugh, that 3 off the heel. Lawrence with the rebound and looked up, and all he saw was red, and not the right kind for him.
And Fred Hoiberg wanting his team to kind of pull it out.
And now a timeout taken by Nebraska. Tominaga back on the floor for the Huskers. This is not a 5 on the floor that likely practice a lot together for Nebraska. Tominaga trying for 3, and the rebound by Sensabaugh. Bandemel, Lawrence, Koyanets, Tominaga, and Dawson. Forget the big story, Chris Street coming up when we're done in Lincoln. The story of the Iowa basketball legend. Bandemel to the other end. Bandemel over the front of the rim for his first 2 of the night.
And that was a scouting report steal for Nebraska. They forced Justice Suing to his right hand. You could tell he wasn't comfortable. The ball comes loose, leads to a breakout. You got to get it to Key. I mean, he's got to make himself available.
And they try to get it inside, and he lost the ball. Not a great pass to Key, and the Huskers get it back. How about this? With this lineup on the floor, Huskers in the midst of a 7-0 run. Tominaga thought about that one. Koyanitz will give it back to him. There's Bandemel. Shot fake. Elbow jumper. Too strong. Sensabaugh's 9th rebound to go with his 14 points. Buckeyes haven't scored in well over 3 minutes.
And they were moving the ball far more crisply at the beginning of this half, but a lot of dribbling here over the last 4 or 5 possessions.
They find McNeil and that 3 halfway down. It popped out and out of bounds to Nebraska. Koyanitz gave him a couple of decent minutes, put a couple of points on the board. In a pinch, they were able to use the youngster. Breidenbach back on the floor. Griesel out there as well. Here's Breidenbach working inside against Akpara. Draws the foul.
Had it all the way until the end when that right or inside hand dropped down. You know, teams understand how they want to get to mismatches, take advantage, try to take away tendencies, and try to take away the counter of the counter. It's really fascinating to watch.
Huskers have matched their largest lead of the night. Baseline drive by Suing, and the foul will send Justice Suing 1 for 2 tonight. And the Buckeyes have missed some
50% here in the second half for a team that coming into this ball game, Kevin, as a squad, 75%.
Still plenty of time left in this one. 5-point lead for Nebraska. Breidenbach against Suing. 8 to shoot. Breidenbach to work. Almost picked up that pivot. Here's Bandemel. Down low. Tough fade away. Pinball's out. Buckeyes with the ball. 5-point lead for Nebraska. Thornton short. Dawson poked in the air and out of bounds to the Huskers. Ohio State advantage, and Huskers now lead by 5. Since that time, those missed free throws at the end of that technical big, and Walker bumped by Key. Walker again. Bumped by Key once, twice, 3 times. Walker, hook shot won't go.
Good job by Key of pushing out Walker just a little bit farther than he wanted for that jump hook.
McNeil backs it out. Buckeyes haven't hit a field goal in 5 minutes. Can they find one on this trip? Down by 5. McNeil pursuing. Offensive foul. Number 4 on Justice Suing. The big story, Chris Street. Immediately following our game in Lincoln. Tominaga for 3. Huskers looking to extend the lead to 8, but Tominaga can't find the range.
Now with Walker with 4 fouls, do you go back inside to Key and force them to decide, especially in the form of Walker, how they're going to defend? And Nebraska's kind of showing a little bit of a zone look here to try to save Walker here defensively.
There's Likely. Shot clock down to 10 for the Buckeyes. They have not hit a field goal in 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That 3 won't go. Rebound. Likely throws it back in play, and it died next to the leg of Lawrence. 2:50 and counting in this one. Huskers by 5 at home.
And I don't know if they have a dairy major here, but you can expect Nebraska to milk the clock, figuratively, every possession here to try to shorten the game.
And the dairy store's on East Campus. Lawrence, and the ball taken away. Likely with the steal. Good defense by the Buckeyes. Can they find the offense? Nice bounce to Key inside, and the first field goal in a long time for the Buckeyes.
An area of tremendous strength. Again, this is a team in Ohio State, 75% on the year. Tonight, only 12 of 19, 63%.
We talked about rebounding, such an important thing, and there's an offensive foul, and Derek Walker's night is over.
And Breidenbach came in and did a pretty good job, but here in the last 2 minutes, look, you've got to go inside to key at every opportunity and take advantage of the fact that Walker is no longer able to participate in this ball game.
1:55 to go for Likely. 3-point game. Nebraska sends the ball off the fake. Drives at Breidenbach. No. And a whistle and a foul on Breidenbach.
As the secondary defender, but a good effort by Breidenbach. He and Key were really battling, and I think the fact that he got caught up just a minute, if that battle hadn't been going on between the two post players, he'd have had a little bit more time to rotate over and maybe take it right in the chest.
That's 4 for Breidenbach now. So Walker out with 5, Breidenbach with 4. And Nebraska does not have the services of Juwan Gary with that shoulder injury. 1 for 2 and a foul. 1 and 1 coming up. Front end is good. Can the Huskers hang on without Derek Walker fouled out of this game tonight? 8 points and 10 rebounds for Walker. 2 for 2 is Vanderbilt. 2-possession game. 1:45 to go in Lincoln.
And a lot of time, if you're Ohio State, look, you can continue to still go inside. You don't have to settle for threes, and that is just wild, to say the least.
And then Key loses it. What a punch out by Griesel, but he was out of bounds. And now Nebraska ball, 93 seconds to play. A Husker win, and they match last season's win total. And they send Ohio State to their 5th straight loss.
Now the shot clock approaching 10. If you're Ohio State, you want to make sure that you do not give a foul here and bail out the Cornhuskers.
Griesel, baseline. Tough pass, Vanderbilt, good catch, drive, finish.
How about the sequence by Griesel? The play to get his team the extra possession, and then that pass cross court.
How about Bruce Thornton? What a time for his first points of the night. Goodness. These freshmen for the Buckeyes have some skills and some heart. 4-point lead.
I mean, Chris Holman was imploring.
Front end of the 1-and-1. And the bonus
with that hip. But he has been able to complete plays through traffic and just showing some great court awareness, especially over the last 2 or 3 possessions.
Sewing attacking now. Buckeyes have to have a little urgency. They'll try the 3 in the corner, and Sensabaugh delivers in a big moment for the Buckeyes.
You just have to completely face guard, and they do exactly that.
Into Breidenbach. Back it goes to Tominaga.
He should have held on to it.
Yep, should have kept it. Vanderbilt going to have to hurry. Get it across the timeline. Wilcher back to Tominaga. And still nobody fouling. Now they foul, and they fouled the perfect free throw shooter. Huskers are 9 for 10 at the line in the second half. Buckeyes are 8 of 15. You want the difference in that game? That's a big part of it. In and out, his first miss of the year. Dawson battling for the rebound, but it's Sensabaugh. 15 seconds to go. Sensabaugh up ahead to McNeil. And McNeil fouled. And McNeil, money on the first, 1 more to go.
And again, if you are Ohio State,
trying to pop free, and Griesel's going to have to get some help. 2 timeouts left for the Huskers. They'll use 1 here.
Run down the floor and try to release over the top.
And it comes to Wilcher, fouled immediately. 12.2 to play.
Want to potentially draw a foul and allow Ohio State to score at the clock stop.
3-point game. Do you foul here if you're Fred Hoiberg?
Not to go for a steal, but to burn some clock.
It's Sewing who will bring it up. 7 seconds to go. Sewing in trouble. Key, 2 seconds. McNeil, a look to tie. No! And Nebraska
sends the Buckeyes to their 5th straight loss, 63-60. The Huskers knock off the Buckeyes at home.